Today's guest is Dr. Randa Jaafar. She's a pain management physician, and in addition to having her own practice, she's now opened up a cosmetic studio to help women look and feel their best. She's talking with us about some of the hottest treatments on the market and sharing self-care practices almost everyone can do straight from home. This is Advocate Now. Dr. Randa Jaafar, thank you so much for being here. And here at Advocate Now, we love highlighting women in STEM. You were formerly a pain management physician. You've opened up your own studio. It's called Filled in New York for cosmetic work. What drew you to medicine initially?
I would say just loving school, loving science. My dad really motivated me when I was a kid. I would go to the doctor, and the doctor was always a man. So I didn't even know I could be a doctor. And, my dad would always motivate me and say, "You're so good at school. You're so smart. You can do it too." So I always excelled in math and science. So, that was the longest road is medical school. So I just kept going.
Well, now you're helping people enhance their natural beauty through treatments like filler and Botox. Why did you decide to switch into cosmetic work?
It's in addition to my practice, so I wouldn't call it a switch. I still do pain management, anesthesia. I'm an anesthesiologist. It's basically just another addition to what I do. I started doing a lot of Botox for pain treatments, and it was just a natural segue because people would come to me for beauty related topics like skin and even non-medical hair and makeup and fashion, and it was always fun for me. So I just decided to do it in addition to my pain management practice.
Cosmetic treatments sometimes get such a bad rap, but they really can help people feel good in their own skin. And I think it's so important for people to view themselves in a positive light, as long as these treatments aren't masking pain or other deep emotional issues. So, how do you help your clients balance that mindset?
I really like this question because it goes along with the brand very well. That's why it's called Filled. You're supposed to feel fulfilled and there's no judgment. So I help my clients balance it by just recommending very natural treatments, things that I think would look good, things I don't let them overdo it because really they're looking for my guidance. People don't know what they want sometimes. I try to give them the thing that would make them look the best, but just enhance their natural beauty and not change the way that they look.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about treatments because there are so many on the market right now. I feel like every couple months there's something new coming out. It's hard to keep track and stay on top of it. But as a doctor and an expert in the cosmetic field, what are some of your personal favorites right now?
My favorite is good old fashioned Botox. I think it's the best cosmetic treatment that we have because whether you like your results or not, your results are going away in 3 months. So some people love it, some people don't like it. Their eyebrows, my eyebrows drooped, my eyebrows were too high. Most people love it though. I would say 95% of people really like the results that they get with Botox. And Botox has also been had a lot of serendipitous discoveries. Like the migraine was actually discovered serendipitously. It wasn't intended for that use. And now people are saying it treats depression. So I think maybe that's part of why they're happy because it's actually releasing happy hormones for people.
Speaking of trends, a lot of people are talking about the diabetes medication Ozempic right now. It seems many celebrities are using it for weight loss, and it's created this big trend. What can you tell us about it?
That is absolutely true. I would say that's the hottest topic right now and what I get asked for the most from my patients now. And I have been prescribing it nonstop. Technically, it is for people that have diabetes because if you have diabetes that's linked to weight gain, then if you bring your weight down, you will have better control of your diabetes. I used to prescribe a medication called Topamax to help people bring their weight down, but this is giving people more drastic results.
Is it safe for someone who doesn't necessarily need to take it? They haven't been diagnosed with diabetes. I mean, would it be safe for the average person strictly for weight loss?
Yes, it is safe cosmetically. It is safe. there's just the nausea and the vomiting that people have to really wrap their head around. Now, if you have a history of a specific type of thyroid cancer called medullary thyroid cancer in your family, then it has increased the rate of thyroid medullary cancer in mice, so not in human studies. So if you have a history of thyroid cancer, I would say that's the only time that it wouldn't be safe for you to use it, and I wouldn't prescribe it for somebody that had that history.
I want to ask you about IV infusion therapy. I'm a really big fan of NAD infusions, but for those who don't know, in general, what do these infusions offer versus, taking a vitamin or a supplement?
These infusions offer this vitamin going directly to your bloodstream. When you take something by mouth, the whole goal of anything being taken by mouth is for it to enter your bloodstream. When you take it by mouth, it goes to your gut. It has to be absorbed through your gut. It goes through your liver, eventually trickles over to your bloodstream in lower amounts because a lot of it got taken out. So let's say somebody has uh, something wrong with their absorption from their gut, it wouldn't make it to your bloodstream. With an IV, it goes directly to your bloodstream and in a higher concentration. And it gives you things that you probably couldn't take by mouth. You couldn't tolerate the dose by mouth because when you are giving it by mouth, you have to give a higher dose. And it's good for hydration. I have a lot of runners that love the IV treatments because they can't drink enough. They feel like they get a higher boost. The other thing with the IV is it has electrolytes in it. When you have electrolytes, you're more likely to absorb and keep more of the water that you're consuming.
And PRP is something else that I love. Tell us about that because I think it's a great option, especially for those who don't want to go the route of fillers or injectables and they'd rather use a more natural substance because this, essentially is using your own blood.
Correct. PRP is platelet rich plasma. So in our blood, we have platelets, we have red blood cells, we have white blood cells. The platelets are what have growth factors. The white blood cells fight infections, and the red blood cells are responsible for oxygen and delivering oxygen to the organs. The platelets are what correct something like a cut. So if you cut yourself, the platelets have a lot of growth factors in there and correct it. They have a lot of reparative qualities where the red blood cells and the white blood cells don't. What we do is we take your blood, we spin out the red and the white blood cells, we keep the platelets. Basically, we're giving you back your own growth factors in a high concentration and putting them in an area where they can repair things. So they can repair things like tendons, they can increase hair growth if you inject it into the hair. They can increase collagen in the skin. It's a natural treatment, and some people that don't like Botox because it's a toxin or filler really like the PRP.
I can attest to it. I have tried PRP on multiple occasions and it absolutely works. I love it. Feeling confident and beautiful is so important. Do you have any favorite wellness practices that people can do right at home?
My favorite wellness practice is exercise, aerobic exercise. So simple. You don't need anything to go for a walk or go for a run. Bike ride, I guess you need a bike, but we have City Bike. It's not just for the body, but it's also for the mind. And it's the best treatment for anxiety and depression. The gold standard treatment for anxiety and depression is actually aerobic exercise. And second would be antidepressants. So the original studies for antidepressants, if somebody worked out, they took them out of the study because they confounded the results. And it helps promote a healthy skin, healthy hair, healthy everything. So just a good old pastime, just go for a run.
Dr. Jaafar, so much incredible information. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.